In this video, we're going to have a little bit of a laugh. Yes, because as expected, they had their annual meltdown. But first of all, before we listen to them, we're going to listen to Brendan Rodgers because he had a little dig at some of the media yesterday also.
I heard somebody saying about Brendan Rodgers going through the motions earlier on in the season. I get to work between 7:30 and 8 o'clock every day of my life. I leave the training ground between 6:30 and 7 o'clock at night. And then when I get home, I have my dinner and I'll probably flip on the computer and look at more football. Now, if that's going through the motions, I want to know what every other manager's doing. Because what is every other manager doing if I'm going through the motions? So, from a personal level, I've been treated like a novice since I've come back here. Like it's my first job. However,
Champions again.
My principal objective is to make sure that Celtic win.
Champions again.
Part of that is a part of the criticism, and I understand that. But it's the mentality of the team which is most important to me, and that mentality you can see from where we were with injuries, how we've progressed, how we stayed unified, how we stayed together, and then how we then get to this point where we're nearly crossing the finish line. And we don't just want to cross it, we want to sprint over it. We've got 2 games to go, plus a final, and that is our mentality.
Champions again, ole, ole. Well said, Brendan, and well said, Brendan, for sticking up for himself, sticking up for the team. Because let's face it, the media have had an onslaught against Celtic this season, and well, there's been a far few meltdowns from the other side of the city. Yesterday was no different. Let's react to the meltdown of the Rangers fans.
I don't like to do it, but I'll congratulate Celtic on winning the title, right? But my main point is, we've got this term, serial losers, mentally weak. Well, it was on its glory today. John Lundstrom, my God, he threw his players, his team, his manager, our fans, all under that bus. He should never, ever wear a Rangers shirt again. He's the reason.
Never!
But we're not winning titles season after season, type of stuff like that. He should be nowhere near that cup final. See if he is, we're in big trouble, because that was terrible for him today. We're right in the match, and then he does that. No, it's not good enough.
How did you feel watching that unfold, William? How angry were you with him?
Very, 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 very angry. And my daughter's 9-year-old. She was more angry than me. Angry. And my daughter's very angry, very angry, very angry, very angry.
Spit it out, mate.
Celtic go 1-0 up, right? 1-0 up. And I said to my daughter, watch this. Some Rangers player will do something daft, and then he kicks it on the net. We're back in the game. And then he does that.
Richard!
Not good enough.
No good enough, man.
At least come on, right? Seeing what players you can keep and get rid of. See that man Sterling? He was magnificent for Rangers Day in adversity. We should build a team around him.
Look, how many times are they going to actually rebuild the team? Is it the club that's rebuilding or the team that's rebuilding this time? Or is it the... I fucking lost count, haven't I?
Celtic might have won today anyway, but is it particularly hard to take that from John Lundstrom on a day that it sort of wraps up the title for your rivals?
Well, over the season, right, over previous seasons, Rangers have had players that's mentally weak, they're not good enough, they can't handle the pressure. Well, it was shown today, John Lundstrom. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. He's had a decent season this season in parts. You see that today? No, that's not good enough. How quick can you fly somebody to Turkey?
How quick can you fly somebody to Turkey? It's about 3 hours, mate. It's about 3 hours, the flight to Turkey. Is it not 3.5 hours, maybe? I reckon. Anyway, it gets even better for their supporters. Well, maybe even sadder. Listen to this.
Phoned up a couple of weeks ago after we played Ross County and after we played Dundee. And I used the words disgusting and serial losers. And I think after that performance today, I've been completely vindicated in my opinion. Because, yet again, the big players at Rangers have let us down. They were absolutely garbage. And that's not a great Celtic team we were playing against today. They're fine, they're decent, they're good. And we've got a lot of injuries. But the big players, the ones I mentioned before, Tavernier, Fine, Goldson's injured. But Tavernier, Lundstrom sold the jersey today. He had no interest. He's going away to Turkey or wherever he wants to go. They had no interest in that game today. And they were absolutely pummeled. And you laughed at me the last time I was on here when I said that Rangers only play when the pressure is off. And when we were 2-0 down to 10 men, they get a penalty. Fine, they missed the penalty. Should never have been a penalty. Should never have been a red card. But never mind.
How should it never have been a red card, man? Come on.
Let's stop you there. You don't think that's a red card from John Lundstrom?
No, it's a contact sport.
Right, we can agree to disagree on that one, Sammy. I'm interested in your more general point. I know
His studs are up. Anybody knows when your studs are showing, it's a straight red. Everybody in world football knows it. I ken it. You ken it. Even Patsy kens it.
Tracked you a bit. So what you really feel
Younger viewers are now going, who the fuck's Patsy kens it?
like there needs a big clear out? You're not happy at all with the Rangers players at the moment?
I phoned in a few weeks ago and I was ridiculed online for calling the team that Philip Clement has Michael Beale's rejects.
Hey!
I called them serial losers. And I was mocked to my face and behind my back.
Oh, hun on hun action.
And I think today I've been completely vindicated in that opinion. Absolutely, well and truly. Would you not agree that time and time again, the so-called big players that we have at our club, say our club, my club.
That's our club, your club, my club, whose club? Who owns it?
Rangers. Would you not agree that time and time again, when the pressure is on them, they have, and that was another term I used, bottle merchants. Would you not agree that today was another prime example of serial losers and bottle merchants?
Serial losers and bottle merchants. There's one thing. I'm really disappointed that Mr. Disappointed didn't have his say on television yesterday. Yes, Mr. Disappointed, I'm disappointed, Tavernier, who said many times this season, I'm disappointed. Never had his chance to say, I'm disappointed. But, yes, the man himself managed to have his say. He was the only one that was interviewed after the game. The rest hid in shame in the dressing room.
That we didn't start well enough, not good enough, giving away too many shots also outside the box, okay, but not enough defensive duels won. And we start to play after the 0-2, after the 2-0. And then we do the good things. Before also we had a few really good chances, but we need to kill it off. A few good...
You need to kill it off. You were getting beat. How could you kill a game off if you're getting beat? It's just the most bizarre. Usually, when you say we need to kill it off, we need to kill games off, it's usually when you're in front, not when you're behind.
Good crosses on the second post where we don't finish the actions, and that's what you need. You need to kill off the game with every opportunity you get. And then, of course, taking a red card makes the things 10 times more complicated. That's logical.
It's logical. What is he talking about? First of all, he's talking about that they needed to kill the game off. At no point yesterday were they in front, so they couldn't kill the game off. And then he understands that it's logical that it's going to be harder when they're down to 10 men for a penalty. That was a penalty because it was dangerous play.
But also after the red card, my team kept on fighting. They never gave up, and they kept.
Wait a minute, he's copying Ange Postecoglou. What the fuck you mean you never gave up? We never stopped.
On going until the last second, and then something can fall out of the sky. We had.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck's going to fall out of the sky? A ball? A goal? Is it man? Is that a man? It's fucking Superman's coming to save them.
A few scrimmages in the 16 that you wanted to create with 10 then. And then you need to have this efficiency or this one guy who makes the difference at the moment.
How frustrating was it to give Celtic a 2-goal lead again?
No, it's not only for me.
Again?
More frustrated is the red card. It could have been also 1-1 or 2-2 at that moment. We had also the chances to score more goals. So of course it's frustrating to go behind. You want to avoid that. But it was a game up and down. I think the expected G at halftime was similar of the two teams, with maybe a little bit more shots of Celtic. But the red card kills off, of course, the plan of the second half.
What was your thoughts on the red card? Any complaints?
No, it's totally unnecessary to make a tackle there at that moment. But Lenny will be the first one to know, and it's one split second decision making, wrong decision making. But I don't forget all the things he did.
I don't forget. Yeah, fucking rocket. Yep. God. At least he admits it's a red card. I mean, you've got Kenny Miller who had a meltdown in the earlier video today. And we all seen that live on Sky yesterday. Well, I never seen it live on Sky because the pub turned the telly over, but it is what it is. Kenny Miller meltdown. And at least the manager says, yeah, it was a red card. He's got his stud shown. Of course it's a red card.
Last couple of months also.
You made that change at halftime. What was the thinking there with McCausland for Suter?
Suter's shite.
No, that he had an injury.
Okay.
So we were forced.
Excuses, Suter had an injury. No, he didn't.
To do that changement.
How is he? Is there any long-term issues?
No, we don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Of course he doesn't know. He's just like, he's not got an injury. Oh, you're just making stuff up there, aren't you, mate?
So it's going to be fast. On Tuesday we have the next game. And they need to show the mentality that they showed the last 70 minutes of the game. The first 20 was not good enough.
Wait a minute, the last 70 minutes of the game. Did Celtic not dominate the second half? What game of football was he watching? Because Celtic, I'm sure if you even look at the stats, Celtic pretty much dominated that second half. Rangers had maybe a spell of about a couple of minutes where they got up the pitch towards the end of the half, but I do wonder about, and what was going to fall for the sky? What the fuck? What was going to fall for the sky? I wonder. What the fuck? That one's bizarre. Hey, that's the most important thing. But the most important thing is the fact that whether you like it or not, Celtic are champions again come May. And it's a glorious, glorious time to be a Celtic fan once again, because we know that we walk straight into the Champions League and the riches of the Champions League, the money of the Champions League, the splendour of the Champions League. Celtic board, get your finger out, get some decent players in for the Champions League. And on that note, I think I'm about to go live on the channel. So if you haven't watched this video, when you have watched it and you haven't seen the live, or you have seen the live, have a great day wherever you are, because this is absolutely fantastic.